Just push on and then I.
Front row, we're not sitting in the front rows.
First two rows, you gotta move out. Make room like you're in church right next to each other.
Well, you already try that with, yeah. There you go.
All right, everyone, I am going to call the docket. So when I call your name, you need to stand and let me know that you are here. We're starting a little bit later today because I had to be downstairs to qualify jurors. So when I call your name, please stand. In custody, we have Janet Silva, Marlon Daniels, Clinton Dixon, custody, Bendicio Gonzalez, Eric Mitchell, custody, Jose Cervantes, custody, Aaron Joseph Mendez Trevino, thank you, Ryan Jordan Westbrook, Francisco Yanez, Kenneth Howie, custody, David Lopez, custody, Jeffrey Smith.
It's virtual booking.
Who's David Lopez?
David Lopez, yes.
Thank you. Roman Allen Flores, custody, Malik Hatch. Thank you.
Yes.
Bashan, could you have them pull our file?
Yeah, I'm gonna grab it.
Thank you. Ted Cantu Kalanga. Edu Vegan Liel. Thank you. How do you pronounce your first name? Eduvision. Okay. Noah Koch, custody. Hector Aguilar, custody. Christopher Michael Amaya. Jonathan Bazadoni, custody. Francis Rigby, custody. Fatima Malara, custody. Joseph Smardo, Jose Morales, custody. Edward Castillo. Thank you. Eric Ray Cepeda. Ambrosio Cap. Thank you. You saved me from butchering your last name. I appreciate it. Jonathan Dreamer. Ashley Peel. John Thunart. Stephanie Sandoval, custody. Kenneth Howie. Lisa Telsey. Gabriel Sosa. Daryl Payne, custody. Thank you. Richard Anthony Murmia. Caleb Crom, custody. Rodolfo Aceves. Hi. Daryl Payne, custody. John Anthony Martinez. Abel Favala, custody. Okay, on John Anthony Martinez, it's saying future. All right, Mr. Martinez. John Anthony Martinez, if you'll take a seat in the box for me, please. And we'll make your attorneys on their way. And then Larietta Holmes. All right. Is there anyone whose name was not called? Jose what? Romero. Do you know who your attorney is?
Oh. Right.
All right, just have a seat and we'll get with you, okay? Yes. I'm sorry, what? Are you Carlos Delgado? No. Here's the thing, everyone. You are not to make announcements for other people. If you're not on the docket, there's no need for you to make an announcement. Is there anyone else? All right, attorneys, these are the rules, and I have to repeat these rules because people forget the rules. 1, you're not ready to approach the court unless you've conferred with the state and conferred with your client. If your client is in custody, you need to request them by the deputies. Once you've requested them, do not leave the courtroom because is there someone at the back door? For security reasons. Okay, for security reasons, they can only have so many inmates in at a time. If your client wishes to speak to the court in a language other than English, we'll need an interpreter whether you speak that language or not. Once we're on the record, you'll know we're on the record because I will have called the style of the case. Please do not talk behind the court reporter. It makes it difficult for her to hear. Just raise your hand. The deputy will move you to the other end. Does everyone understand the instructions? The other thing, probation is here. They're an integral part of this process. So if you have someone who's on probation, if you have someone who you think you're going to have placed on probation, you need to confer with the probation officer. All right, it's Monday. It's a beautiful day. It's going to be hot. They tell me we're going to have a lot of wind at noon. So it's going to be blowing hot air. But we're going to enjoy the day because we're currently alive. So everyone, please confer.
Mr. Romero,
Yes.
please come up here. Set number?
692-009.
Hey, hi.
Christopher Meyer.
Sure.
Christopher Meyer.
Malik Hatch, Your Honor,
Mhm.
and he was
David Lopez.
being assessed for the mental health docket, the BTD docket, court, and it looks like he was better suited for veterans treatment court.
Okay.
And so they sent over an email to you guys asking if we could get a referral to veterans treatment
All
court
right, just
and
have them
see-
pull the file.
Thank you.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Mr. Romero, can you have a seat for just a moment? We just want to just stop there and then I will. Just have a seat. Okay, we can just 1 second. Keep getting your eye. Put it up there.
Thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am. That's the one I told you to put up there.
Yes, he was a part of the committee.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
We're ready.
All right, where's Malik Hatch?
Yes.
And so you're asking that he be referred where?
Veterans treatment court, Your Honor. He's already engaged in services through the VA.
All right, Ms. Ferguson,
Yes, ma'am.
I need a VTC referral, please.
Yes, ma'am. They did a referral already from mental health court judge. They sent me a copy of it. Do you want me to do a referral again?
Well, I just don't want there to be any issues. Fashawn,
Yes,
can you see if someone is available from Veterans Treatment Court to come up? So at least we can get the ball
That'd
rolling.
be great.
And I'll do the order right now.
All right, and if I just, if you'll wait for a moment, because then I'll know what date to set it on.
That'd be
And
great.
We'll see about getting someone from Veterans Treatment Court up here so we can put you on the fast track.
Yes, thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Who's here on Jeffrey Patrick Smith?
Morning. Your Honor.
Good morning. Just give me one moment. Let me see how far the Odyssey is.
It's always an odyssey trip.
Yeah, you never know. You know, some days, like right now, the little ball is stuck. So,
Mhm.
Deputy Laura Mejia has the grease glow.
Yes, he does.
It's like, let's count down how long it lasts. I'm just waiting for Odyssey to kick in.
Yes.
All right, who's the prosecutor on Jeffrey Patrick Smith? All right, so do you have all the discovery?
We do, Your Honor.
Okay,
We need a plea deadline date.
all right. And if y'all can do an acknowledgement of discovery? And sir, how old are you?
51.
Okay. Norma, if you give the plea deadline date for this, the week of July 14th,
July 14th, Judge?
the week of, you wanted July 14th?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so you'll be back here on July 14th. On that date, you need to let the court know whether or not you've reached an agreement with the state. If you have not, the next setting will be a trial setting. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you for dressing appropriately for court. Just have a seat. They'll bring a reset form to you. Once you sign it, you're excused.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you. And counsel, if you make sure not to leave until you sign the acknowledgement of discovery.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
And what?
With an S, yeah.
Okay, thank you. Yes. Yeah.
Wait.
Mr. Romero?
Did you call him, Carl?
Yeah. I called. Mr. Romero, girls downstairs. She said you're on oxygen. It's for the next, not till August 26th.
Oh, what was say that? What was, because they said I had to report today,
Okay, do you know what you need to report to?
pretrial services.
Okay, let me call, you know who your free trial service?
No.
I'll find out, okay? Have a seat and let me figure that out, okay?
All right, Cepeda. All right, where's your client? Come up, please.
Did we switch sides, Judge?
No, you're on the right side. Hello. Hi, no gum showing up here.
Very check.
Sure. All right, so where are we on discovery?
There's 26 items, Your Honor, so some stuff's missing. The state's going to look into that. And my understanding is we'll do their best to upload it by the next setting.
All right. Let me see. And there are how many co-defendants on this?
There are 3, I believe.
All right, Norma,
Yes, ma'am.
your final discovery date is going to be the first week in August. So that should give everybody a time. And I'm putting it during that time frame because I know we have the holiday coming up. All right, first week of August, 4th for discovery, please.
You can do that August 4th.
Okay, that will be your final discovery date. And if there's an issue with discovery, I'll need to know what specific items there are issues with.
Yes, you're.
Well, from me, Judge, because how would I even know that?
I'm telling the
The
state
state,
that,
sorry.
yes. All right, is there anything else?
No, I mean, other than that, no.
All right, once you sign the reset form, you're excused.
Thank you very
All
much.
right,
Your Honor.
thank you.
Good to see you.
You too.
You can have a seat, Serge. He'll take you your reset. Thank you.
And defense has filed a motion to suppress, general motion to suppress. So after that discovery date, if they want it heard, we'll hear that.
I'm over here to adjust.
Hi.
Judge, I tried to a few emails that I think are pertinent
Okay.
to this.
All right.
I think I sent you a
Okay.
total of like 3 or 4.
All
Some
right.
of them you'll have to scroll all the way
Okay.
to read the bottom part.
Okay.
And then this is what Yaya gave me.
Right there.
And then can you put a pause for this? Not yet.
Okay, Mr. Aceves.
Good morning,
Good
y'all.
morning. How's everything going?
So far, so good, man.
All right, see, I always tell people, don't say so far so good, because then you're opening up the atmosphere for something to go south. How's the work?
Yeah, pretty good. So still working on the same place, and a few weeks ago, I got another race,
You got what?
a race.
Oh, that is so awesome. Isn't it nice when you get extra money? But don't go spending it all in one place. That's what they would always say. So any other issues?
No, man, everything's good.
All right, anything you need from the court?
Well, first, I want to say thank you for allowing me to visit Mexico in April. I really want to see my family, and I got the chance to do that.
Oh, that is so awesome. I'm glad everything went well.
Yes, man. I went for a week, and well, I spent it with my family in Mexico, and well, I wanted to say if I can get another chance to visit in Mexico, just one weekend in August the 1st.
Sure.
Yeah.
Just stay in communication with your probation officer. And I always tell people, whether you get to go or not, it's completely up to you. And when I say it's completely up to you, it's your actions determine whether or not I'll allow you to go. But probation, he's been doing well.
Yes, Judge, there are no concerns. All of his UAs have been negative. He's completed his classes. He's up to date with his fees. We don't have any issues or any concerns with him.
Awesome. So just let probation know whenever you want to go, and then they'll send it to me and I'll sign it so you can go.
It sounds good, Your Honor. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I'm going to have to work on my Spanish. You know, they say you need to be dropped in a location where nobody will speak English to you, then you will learn. So maybe I need to be dropped in Mexico.
Maybe.
Yeah. One of my friends she decided to go to Mexico. She's enjoying the best of her life. She's like, Stephanie, I'm just walking around, stopping at stalls, doing things, eating. She's like, it's fantastic. So I'm gonna have to go. Where should I go in Mexico?
Well, there's not many things. The place I go is in Jalisco, Guadalajara. That's where my friends live and used to live like a few years when I was a kid, you know that? You can visit like a beach in Cancun or anything like that, or maybe close here in Monterrey.
When I go, I'm gonna say, hey, do you know the Aceves? Because those are my people. So I'm just gonna be welcome.
Yeah.
All right, is there anything else we need to do?
No, Judge.
All right, well, I will tell you this, continue the good work. And once you're eligible and your attorney files for it, I'll consider early termination.
Okay.
Okay?
Mhm.
And whether or not I grant it, completely up to you. Okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, good luck to you.
You too. Thank you.
Oh, Bashan, do we need another check-in date? Maybe late? Because you want to go to Mexico in August?
Yes, Your Honor.
You want to do like maybe September? Okay. All right. So it's a good date for you in September.
Any day you under.
Norma? If I can have an update for him, the end of September,
Yes.
or we can do October.
I think it's September's fine.
Okay,
I can do the 29th with birthday.
all right, the 29th is a Monday, the 30th is a Tuesday.
Or, I think on Mondays.
Okay, all right, and then I'll make sure we take you up first thing on Monday so you can make sure you continue to get your pay raises.
Mhm.
Okay, all right, thank you for dressing appropriate for court. Once you sign the reset form, you're excused.
All right, thank you so much.
All right, thank you.
Yes.
Turkey. Judge, it's turkey, not Greece.
Wait, what is Turkey?
You went to Turkey.
Oh, I thought he told me he went to Greece.
Turkey and Greece.
Look at that.
But the glow is from Turkey, not Greece.
Well, I will tell you, people tell me that Turkey is beautiful. So that's on my list. I have a lot of places on my list.
I was scared at first. I said, my God, did we hopefully we didn't bomb them too?
Oh,
At first was what I was. I'm glad it was.
Yeah.
Mr. Romero?
All right, thank you.
It's back on the 26th of this. But that's in Mag Court. Just need to show.
We're back, of course.
It's down the hallway, down the other building. But if you get lost, just report here and we'll help you get over there, okay?
Let's hear on David Lopez.
I am, Your Honor.
Thank you.
May we approach?
Yes, and if you have Mr. Lopez come up, please.
Yes, Your Honor.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I don't think that's here.
Hello, Mr. Lopez.
He's not in work. Let's see that goes during.
All right, so did you provide the drive for them to obtain everything?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, Ms. Ferguson. Put this for the end of July for final discovery,
Yes.
and it's David Edward Lopez.
Yes.
How's it going?
28 for the first.
There's 160,000 David Lopez's.
Yeah, so you said what date?
I can either do the 28th or the 31st.
And this is for a final consultation because I did provide them with a disc. I have received a lot of discovery. There are a few therapists and counselors that I need to talk to. I put in a motion for an investigator today. I was wondering if, once it's filed, if I could approach on that.
Oh, sure. If you have it with you now, I'll sign it.
I don't. It's being filed as we speak.
Okay.
I apologize, Judge.
So-
And also, on the indictment, I think the state is looking into it. My client kind of alluded to, there are multiple David Lopez's. There's a guy with a different SID number, different date of birth, different individual. That's not my guy.
Oh.
How it went through indictment, I have no idea.
Yeah,
And just to be clear, that is for an enhancement allegation, not the indictment.
all right. So she's saying July 29th or the 31st.
Thank you for allowing me to look. Let me see. To July 29th, please, Your Honor.
All right, just have a seat. Once you sign the reset form, you're excused.
Thank you, Your
Thank you.
Honor.
You're welcome.
Give me a second, I'll talk to you. Oh, okay. Talk to you about it. Final feedback. Right. Judge, that was a final.
No, that's final discovery.
Oh,
That's okay. Okay. Who is here on Gabriel Antonio Sosa? And are you all ready to proceed on the motion?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, if you have him come up. Where is he?
This is in.
May I have a copy of the bill?
Hello.
Hello.
All right, court is calling 2023 CR 9149 State versus Gabriel Antonio Sosa. Could I have parties announced?
State.
Attorney Bilton for the Sense.
And are you Mr. Sosa?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you review the document entitled Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it?
I did, yes, ma'am.
Are you the same Gabriel Antonio Sosa who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2023 CR 9149 for the offense of, it should be possession with intent to deliver a controlled substance penalty group 1 gram to 4 grams?
Yes, ma'am.
They've listed as manufacturing and delivering in the motion. So state, do you wish to change it to possession with intent to deliver so that it can track the judgment?
Yes, Judge.
No objection, Your Honor.
All right. So are you the same Gabriel Antonio Sosa who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2023 CR 9149 for the offense of possession with intent to deliver a controlled substance, penalty group 1 to 4 grams, on or about on the 9th day of November 2023 for a period of 6 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, state, you may proceed.
In Bexar County, Texas, the defendant Gabriel Antonio Sosa did then and there failed to report to the supervision officer as directed for the months of March and April of 2025 in violation of condition number 4.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True. State waives the remaining violation allegation.
No objection.
All right, did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 4, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, sentence you up to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 4? Court will find violation of condition number 4 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
Yes, Judge. Denied a motion, alternate amendments requires state ISF cognitive, followed by 6 months sober living post state ISF.
All right, you want to raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
You can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Gabriel Sosa,
All right, so why are you not reporting?
just overwhelmed.
All right, why were you overwhelmed?
Just a lot of things going through my mind.
What are these things?
Parents, kids, everything. A lot of things just overwhelming.
All right, so what I'm reading in the violation report is that he was released from DDRF and then he didn't comply with his mental health officer.
I reported for like 4 times.
Mhm.
I reported for November, December, January, and February.
They're saying that you haven't been compliant with your mental health treatment either.
I was taking my pills and going to the psychiatrist. That was. Maybe they're saying that because I stopped reporting, but while I was reporting, I was complying.
Well, no, they're the same. It says Mr. Sosa has not been seen by probation since February 28, 2025. And per the Center for Healthcare Services, they have not been able to find him since around the same time.
Yes, ma'am.
And you've been drinking excessively. So you've been acting as though you're not on probation. And I don't know if ISF is appropriate for him because he has mental health issues.
Your Honor, if I may, in my consultations with Mr. Sosa, I think maybe unpacking the idea of being overwhelmed, and he was clearly admonished that the court would not be too open to that argument, but understanding he was in custody waiting on a bed for DDRF for 6 months. That's just how that works. There were some issues that developed around his family and those obligations at that time. Then when he got to DDRF, he was compliant for a time. Then they released him again. He was reporting. He did come off the wagon, but what I can tell the court is that one of the first things he mentioned to me when I mentioned these issues was that he understands that he messed up and that he recognizes that part and parcel to his mental health issues is an addiction issue as it relates to alcohol. He wants to get that fixed in terms of the recommendation from probation and that the state's in agreement with, and that I told him that that's what, and that he's in agreement with, is that he does need some of those cognitive tools to continue to recognize that the court is well within its bounds to sentence him to 20 years on this. But that's not why he wants to change. He wants to change for his family. His family is also referenced in the report where they had mentioned that he was having some issues with drinking. A big part of that is his openness with them and his wanting help for that. We would also point the court in the direction that it wasn't, we understand that the safe, if he hadn't been reporting for multiple months or for years, that's the thing, but he was picked up. I mean, his last time that he had contact with them was February. He has been in custody for over a month now. So basically, again, with no excuses being given, he was basically in the wind for about, my calculations, of course, not a math major, about 6 weeks. He is here today, contrite, asking the court to give consideration to the recommendation from probation. He understands that while he may not be deserving of a second chance, a lot of us are not worthy of second chances, but he is asking the court for another chance. But with DDRF, all of those things that were given to him, his medications, that's kind of yielded to that overwhelming feeling. I think really the feeling that he was really describing was probably one of desperation, not knowing what to do with the things going through his mind. The court's also aware with DDRF and with medications prior to DDRF, you were prescribed some new medications. Is that correct?
All right, so here's my question. My question is whether or not ISF is appropriate for him. He has mental health issues and he is currently in the throes of his addiction.
Judge, I believe what probation's, the train of thought there was, if we can get the substance use under control first. And they do have a cognitive aspect to it. I think state ISF would be the best place right now.
All right, and that's state ISF for drug as well as
Yes,
cognitive?
cognitive and substance.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome, Judge.
All right, Mr. Sosa, I'm gonna give you a choice. And these are your only two choices. Don't ask for a third because there are only two choices. One, I can deny the motion, alternate mean conditions. You'll be in custody until ISF comes and takes you and transfer you to their facility. Or I can revoke you and I'll sentence you to 3 years in the prison. And you receive credit for any time that you've been in custody. Which do you prefer?
Can I refer? Can I
Sure.
something?
And Your Honor, if he were to take option 2, given that he successfully completed DDRF, that would count towards his time.
Yes. And Bashan, any updates on BTC?
Judge, they were just parking, a minute ago.
Okay, awesome. Christina? Christine, hey, BTC should be down in a moment. They were just parking. All right, thanks. Yes.
Your Honor, given all the circumstances, he would give consideration to the court's offer of option B.
So he Do you want to be revoked?
I can do the 3 years.
Mhm.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, the court is finding violation of condition number 2 true. The court will find you guilty. The court will revoke, sentence you to 3 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served. The court will request the therapeutic community. And the court will give you credit for any time served in inpatient treatment, which legally I'm obligated to do. All right, are you waiving your right to appeal?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand it and sign it?
I did.
All right, because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand? Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we can go off the record. Here's the thing. You sort of chose the easy way out, which I understand, because you know yourself better than your attorney knows you, better than I know you. But one or two things are going to end up happening to you if you stay on the track that you're on. You're either going to end up spending the rest of your life in somebody's prison, or either somebody's going to end up having to identify your body because you've obtained some bad drugs. There are plenty of free places where you can get help for your mental health issues and also for your drug issues. Once you're released from custody, if you can't find a place, let me know. If I'm here, I'll find a place for you. All right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Maybe excuse your honor.
Yes.
Thank you.
You. All right, thank you. All right. Yeah, I need the steps on this. I'll see if I can look it up in the system though. I'll see if there's in here. Yeah, it's.
It's just gonna give her. It's them. Judge. The officer for Ms. Holmes was in the courtroom. It's present.
All right, thank you. I'm just reading this. right. Hi, thank you. I appreciate it. Where is Christine? Lacey, hi. Yes, so, once you all talk, my understanding, he would be appropriate for Veterans Treatment Court per another court. So I just want to get a date for him when he needs to come back. So if y'all can let me know that.
Okay.
Thank you. And LaShawn, do you need to go speak with them or?
No, Judge, need to notify the court that I need to be fixed.
Are we ready on Ms. Holmes?
Okay, and then I'll be back after.
Sure. All right,
Judge, there is no stipulations on that. Nothing that has been scheduled and nothing that we.
all right, so where's the fall? Like, because the plea was done, so there has to be stipulations. All right, Larryetta Holmes. Hello. Oh, so here's the thing. When someone says hello, there's usually a response back. So let me just tell you what's going on. You're being rude and disrespectful to your probation officer. You act like you're not on probation. When I say there's to be no contact, there's to be no contact. And now you're using profanity towards probation officer like you're not on probation and that this is somehow his fault. It is not. It's all your fault. You're here because you're on deferred adjudication for injuring someone who's an elderly person. That's why you're here. You're not on probation because he placed you on probation. You're not on probation because he committed a crime and you're taking the time for him. You're here because of your actions and you're acting as though none of this is your fault. This is all your fault, 100%.
I'm not acting like none of it's my fault, and I take accountability for what I've done.
No, you have not taken accountability. Did you take accountability for using profanity towards him? No.
No, I didn't.
And I don't know why people think that when you're in a situation where you should be using logic to find what are using your cognitive skills to decide how I'm going to proceed with this, instead, you go after your probation officer. And the probation officer, let's be honest, every defense attorney will tell you a probation officer holds your life in their hands because you know what? Let's say you're supposed to report to probation at 9 a.m. and you end up reporting at 9:05. Guess what? You have not reported at 9 a.m. A probation officer can say, hey, that's a no report. But sometimes they may take sympathy on you and say, I realize what's going on. They're here, but they don't have to do that.
Yes.
And you using profanity towards a probation officer is not helping your case at all.
And I understand that. And the reason why I did, and I didn't, I just said the F word because he called me a liar. And when I didn't lie to him about any situation that was going on, I sent them all the information from my legal aid lawyer. I sent them everything. He even gave me his personal number for me to contact him. When I had to go to the emergency room and had to get a blood transfusion, he even offered to take me there. He called.
This is not your blood. This is not about your blood.
I know it's not about my blood, but it's he basically, when I went to go see him, he was telling me that I lied to him, which I never lied to him about anything.
No. This starts with you wanting to go to a location where I said you are not allowed to have contact. That's where all of this came up. Then everything snowballs into something else.
Yes, ma'am. And I did exactly what you told me to. I didn't go to that location. I filed my police reports. I did everything that I could do without going to that location.
All right, so then that was it. I don't know, what do you expect him to do? Like, I like for people to just put their cards on their table. Sometimes people are like, judge, but I like everybody to have an understanding. So you go to him because you want to go to a location and retrieve items when I told you you couldn't go to that location. So we're back to the point. What did you want him to do?
I asked him, was there any assistance or any way that I could? He told me, I don't know. He told me he didn't know, he couldn't help me. So I didn't have no other choice but to call the police, make a police report. I had my daughter, she's 16 years old, to go there. When she went there, she took pictures of everything that was outside.
All right, so again, What did you want him to do? He said, hey, I don't know. There's nothing I can do for you.
When I contacted Miss Adams, she told me to ask my probationer if there's any assistance that he can help me or provide without going to that location.
And he's saying no.
And he said no, and I told him I don't have no other choice. My children is 16 and 18. They didn't have the money. They don't have money for you all. My daughter just quit her job because no one was able to take her to work. So I didn't have nobody else to help me get
So
any.
again, I don't know how this translates into you using profanity against him. He's like, I can't help you. And honestly, it's not his job to help you get your things. Really, you know what a probation officer's job really is? And they'll correct me if I'm wrong, but their job is to make sure that you abide by your conditions. Everything else that they're doing is just extra, but that's not their job. It's not, for example, if you can't pay your utilities, it's not their job to find places for you to pay utilities. They'll do it. They'll say, here's some places that you can call. But that's not his job. And if he tells you, I can't help you with getting your things, again, we're back to the point. He says, I can't help you. So what do you want him to do? He's like, I can't help you.
And
How does that translate into using profanity against him? And then telling him, sending him an email, telling him all this is his fault and it's on his shoulders. It's not. All of this happened because of you. Guess what? You can't go to that location because you injured an elderly person. That's why it's all your fault. And there are consequences for all our actions.
It is, and I communicated with him. I told him everything. I sent every case number. I even sent him my legal aid information. I sent everything. I tried to do everything the right way before it even went out of hand.
But see, here's what you don't understand, and you're not internalizing what I'm saying. He is telling you, I can't help you with that. And you still keep going back to him. He's already told you, I can't help you with that. Giving him numbers to your legal aid, giving him numbers to this person saying, we're trying to help her get her things. He can't help you with that. His whole role is to supervise you on probation. That's it. He can't say, you know what I'm going to do? I tell you what, let me go over there and get your things for you. He can't do that. That's not his job. Now, if he offers to do that, great, but he doesn't have to. He has told you more than once, I cannot help you with that. I still don't understand how that goes and translates into you using profanity against him. His job is hard as it is. And then to have somebody come in and use profanity against them, that's an issue. And then to have you go into that location when you know you're not supposed to, that's an
I
issue.
never did go to the location. I didn't. I had to call the police from a different location. To make
All right, so you called the police and then what happened?
I made the police report. I went down to the property. I also went down to 315, the headquarters, to fill out all the information because the day I was arrested, everything was stolen. My car, my credit cards, everything. So I'm trying to do everything that I have to do the best way that I can, the right way.
All right, the right way is not using profanity against your probation officer. That's not the right way. The right way is not being disrespectful. And you know what? This whole thing with the injury to the elderly, where I ordered anger management, you do have an anger problem. Because when people tell you no, you can't accept that, you take it to 100. He said, I can't help you with that. And then you use profanity against him. You're calling him all sorts of names. Nobody likes to be called out there, give a name.
I didn't call him out his name. I just said it was fine. I didn't have no other choice. So I would have to figure it out.
No. We're not here because you said it was just fine. Where is the officer? If you could come forward, please.
Ma'am, stand on this side.
Right. One is the left or
All right, so you're Officer Wolf?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so let me ask you a question. Are you able to go to her former location and get her items for her? No,
No, ma'am.
that's your answer, no. Are you able to file a police report for her so she can get her items?
No, ma'am.
So he can't do that. So what do you want from him?
I have to do it on my own. So if there's something he can help me with, and then that's
Well, see, that's the thing. Now, when you're before me, and you're looking at potentially going to prison, now you're like, oh, well, he can't help me with that. He's told you that. Be an adult, solve your own problems. This is supposed to be problem solving. That's why you're on probation, for anger management issues, because you can't problem solve. I don't know, maybe you never were taught to problem solve, but if he's telling you, no, he can't do that, that's not in his job description, then there's no need to use profanity against him. He's told you, I can't do it.
Judge, if I could.
Yes.
speak for a minute. Throughout my time working with Ms. Holmes, it's been pretty apparent that she has a pattern of not taking responsibility or accountability for her behavior. This last incident just kind of made it painfully obvious how there's a deeper issue.
Mhm.
There's a heart issue. Until she can get her heart right, this pattern of behavior is going to continue for her throughout her life.
Mhm.
And she's going to continue to be a danger to herself, to the community, to her victims, everybody. She needs to get her heart right and realize that choices and actions have consequences, good and bad, intended and unintended, anticipated, unanticipated. And until she gets her heart right and realizes that this is just going to continue.
All right. Thank you so much. And thank you for coming down.
Yes, ma'am.
So you're going to have to start using your cognitive skills and your problem solving. That's it. When somebody tells you they can't do something, then they can't do it. If somebody tells you, no, I can't take you to the grocery store today, figure it out. He is not really responsible for anything outside of his job description. If he does something outside of his job description, that's just probation officers being nice.
And I understand that, but why would you offer to try to help me when I'm asking for some type of help, and then you tell me you can't help me?
Yeah, he said no. Let me just tell you, here's a perfect example. And I've been in situations where people have told me no. And my thing is, I want you to not send me place to place. If the answer is no, just tell me no and I'll figure it out. He told you no. If I ask him right now, like for example, I had to rush here this morning because I don't like being late. And I was filling in for somebody else on another matter. And guess what? My tank is at a fourth. I don't like it being at a fourth. Now, would somebody go, excuse me, could you go and put gas in my car for me? They're going to say no. Now, what do I do with that? Do I use profanity against him? How dare you not go put gas in my car? He's just told me no. So guess what? As an adult, I got to figure it out. That's it. You got to figure it out. And your figuring it out is, let me get angry with somebody and use profanity against them. And maybe they'll then become so afraid of something and say, okay, we'll do that for you. Not his job. And I can tell you right now, if you don't start treating people with respect, one, you're not going to get anywhere, because when you disrespect people, they don't want to help you. And number two,
respect.
No, you did not. That's the thing. You're still in this clouds. Like these are not, I don't know how your relationships are outside of this world. But in this world, you need to treat people with respect, whether you respect them or not. Like right now, you can hate my guts all you want to, but you had better say your honor or judge. You understand? You better not be calling me out of my given name. And you better not be calling probation officers out of your given name. I'm sure he told you, no, I cannot help you. And when somebody says, no, I cannot help you with something, maybe you want to ask them again. You ask them again. If you ask the third time, you're begging. And he's already told you he can't help you with that. That is not his job. That is outside his job description. If he decides to help you outside of his job description, just him being nice. You need to figure it out. The same way people have children and you figured out how to have children, you need to figure out how to get the rest of your life together. You're on probation because of your actions. And honestly, the reports I received, I will tell you, when I received that report, I told them, file a motion to revoke. And then probation came to me and said, Judge, could we do a compliance hearing and have her come in? And I'm like, yeah, if you all want to do a compliance hearing, we will do a compliance hearing. So this is the last time I'm having this conversation with you, telling you, you need to be respectful to people and you need to learn how to problem solve. How old are you?
33.
You're 33-year-old. You figured out how to get all of those piercings, right? You figured out how to get the nails. You figured all of that out on your own. You need to figure this out on your own. Is there anything else you need from me?
No.
All right, does she need to, when is her next report date? And are you employed?
You told me I had 30 days to find a job. I had a business, but all my stuff is gone.
All right, so that'll be a no. So Ms. Ferguson?
Yeah.
Recall her for the week of August 11th, and I'm gonna see how you're doing on probation. What date?
I can do that, that's my date, the 11th.
All right, so you're coming back on August 11th for me to get a report on what's going on. If you'll give her a reset form.
Yes, ma'am.
Probation,
Yes, Judge.
when is her next report date with you?
So I have an appointment set right now, from Officer Wolf's information, she was supposed to be reporting.
He wrote on the paper July 9th.
Twice a month.
July 9th?
That's what he wrote on the paper.
All right, so she said her next her next appointment date with him is July 9th. All right,
I have to confirm, Mr. Wolf was mentioning that the GPS is supposed to have been installed as well, but that she did not have it.
all right.
I don't have nowhere to stay, nor address.
It was ordered June 5th. And it was supposed to be done to work on least wait the fees for partial for employment purposes only.
All right, so if you all could give her a list of places for her to find housing. And then we're gonna come back on August 11th, and by August 11th, you need to have the GPS on. All right, thank you. And the persons who are here for the VTC, please. And Norma, if you'll make sure she gets that reset form, please.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, please. Sorry, I'm just putting something in very quickly.
Ms. Holmes, Loretta Holmes?
Okay, yes. So on, let me see. Okay, well, she knows she's supposed to be here. All right, so on this case, yes.
Morning, Judge.
Good morning.
So the next date we have scheduled to review folders is gonna be July 31st.
Okay.
Anything after that, we should have an answer for it.
All right, so, and he'll be in for July 31st?
July 31st is when we're gonna review, Judge, so if you wanna bring him in that following Friday,
Mhm.
we should have an answer by then.
Okay, all right, so you'll need to make sure that you keep in contact with him. You have their information?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, can you reset this for the, do y'all want to do it? Are y'all okay with doing it maybe the second week in August? That'll be
Time, that may give you time to review in a second.
the week of August 11th. Is that good for you
That's
guys?
correct, Judge.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, if I can have a reset date for the week of August 11th, please.
I can do August 12th.
August 12th, is that good for everyone?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, once you sign the reset form, you're excused.
Thank you.
Thank you, you're welcome.
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning.
Yeah, for your signature,
Sure.
and couple vouchers. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. And number, what page is Hatch on?
Page 3 at the bottom.
Thank you. All right, who's here on Liao? Adbejan Liao?
For the deadline date change.
Okay. No problem. You're welcome. Okay. Yes, counsel.
I received a plea offer this morning, Judge, from Mr. Garahan. We just need a plea deadline date from the court.
All right, sir, how old are you?
44.
All right, Ms. Ferguson,
Yes, ma'am.
you set this for a plea deadline date the second week in July, please?
Yes. Can you divide?
Is that a good date for you, counsel?
It should be, Judge.
All right, your plea deadline date will be July 10th. At that date, you need to let me know whether or not you've reached an agreement. If you have not, then your next setting will be a trial setting, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you. Have a good one. Once you sign the reset form, you're excused.
Thank you so much. Just have a
Go ahead.
Thanks, Judge.
You're welcome.
Judge, I have one more case in your docket.
Yes.
But I'm gonna run to the 175th and I'm gonna pop back up.
All right, thank you.
No, because I'm gonna go to 175th. I'm going to trial.
Who's on, Ted Kalunga?
Right here, Judge.
All right, if you all would come up, please. Hello. So counsel, you have all of the discovery?
Not quite.
What's
And,
missing?
I believe we're missing some medical. And I'm also provided discovery this morning to the DA. And they're gonna follow up on what I provided them. And that might resolve this case.
All right, what's the medical holdup?
I don't know. Yeah, I think it's hospital records and there's a civil lawsuit going on, which I think is tied things up, Judge. I know there's a civil lawsuit.
Okay. Ms. Ferguson,
Yes, ma'am.
can you put this at the end of July for final discovery, please?
Yes, ma'am. I can do, July 28th.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, that will be your final discovery. Once you sign the reset form, you excuse. Thank you.
Judge, the interpreter's here on Mr. Aguilar.
Okay. And what page is Leo on?
He's on page 4.
All right, thank you. Oh.
Don't see anything, just.
Hector Aguilar.
That's right.
All right, so you need a jury trial date?
No, Judge.
All right, where are we?
The state had not had contact with the complainant before. The complainant's been arrested and he's been charged with another felony offense.
Okay.
So they have an opportunity to talk to him now.
Okay,
So I'd like a reset to give the state the opportunity to do that, but I'd like a short reset if possible.
all right, Ms. Ferguson, can you recall this in 2 weeks, please?
Yes, ma'am. Want to do July 10th or the July 15th?
July 10th or July 14th?
The 10th, Judge.
All right. We'll be back on July 10th to address any issues, and that will be your final discovery date.
Yes, Judge.
Hello, thank you. Hi, how's it going?
Good, and you, Judge?
All right, cannot complain.
Good seeing you, Judge.
You too.
You're right. How you look? How you look?
Who's here on Jonathan Dreamer?
That would be me.
How was the move?
Well, great until I got COVID.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I did not have a good week last night.
Oh my gosh, that's so.
Yeah, I've had it twice before. Didn't bother me a bit. I
Okay.
didn't leave my bed for 4 days.
Uh,
So he was on the docket last Monday.
Mhm.
We were here Monday and Tuesday with Angelini, and then when he went on the other case, he reset us. I am not in any good shape to try a case. I was just gonna ask for a couple weeks so I can try to recover. I didn't leave my bed for 4 days.
all righty. But is it the same as giving childbirth?
Oh, it's much worse, Judge. But don't tell my wife I said that.
I'm gonna tell her you said that. I'm gonna call her.
I'm gonna block your call.
Well, you know, I'm gonna go through Rachel.
What's much worse is a guy getting kidney stones, Judge. Yeah.
Ah. All right, Norma, if you can set this in, let me see this, in 3 weeks.
I'll be back up to speed. Thank you, Judge.
All right,
I can do, July 15th.
That's fine with me. That'll work.
all right. Your jury trial date is gonna be July 15th. Once you
you,
sign
Judge.
the reset form, your excuse.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you. Thank you for dressing appropriately for court.
Yeah. They described the is a term, it's like having raised your head, doing it, very accurate description. Like that, that's, at least have tonsillitis, this was about 5 times. Thank you. My doctor's like, I can't see anything.
Who's here on Francisco Yanes? Francisco Yanes?
Oh, President, Your Honor. Come on up, Mr. Giannis. Good morning, Judge.
Good morning. How's it going?
Good, good. Morning, man.
Good morning.
Your Honor.
All right.
Judge, I want to
So where are we on discovery?
We are good with discovery, Judge. I've conferred with the state. We are looking at a PTD situation.
Okay.
So we're gonna get proof to the state, start that process and get this case off your docket.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, I need a PTD date on Yanes.
I can do, July 28th.
Done.
All right, once you sign the reset form, you excuse.
Just have a
Thank
seat.
you. All right, who is the defense attorney on Daryl Payne?
Roger Bennett? Yeah.
All right, so Norma, we need Roger Pettis here.
Could I give the final comment on that?
Yes. Yeah.
Let me, that's-
This is its full extension.
Hi guys. My cutie pies. They're beautiful.
And my number. I must be. I don't know my impression.
Bye, Piper and El Rey.
Yeah, that's what it was like. It would be here, but I'll give you. Maybe I can ask them about it.
It's good friendship.
No.
Hello. Yes.
Mr. Howie, that's the case with prosecutor out of Austin. I still don't have an answer, because the group home, I don't know that his diagnosis fit any of the criteria that they need. We're still determining that. Can we possibly recall the wrongs? I haven't conferred with the prosecutor since the last time we were here.
I think you have them pull the file.
Okay. And how, yes.
And what date are you looking for?
I just come back this week, Thursday or Friday.
Okay, it'll have to be Thursday.
Okay.
Okay.
Because what I want to see, if I can't get that to fit, are there other possibilities that might work?
Mr. Howie, if you'll come down, please.
I will more likely see this afternoon. Yeah, I'm sorry, it's just.
Mr. Howie, I know it's taking a while, but we're trying to move as quickly as possible.
Understandable, man.
All right, and so we're trying to find a placement for you. Your attorney is working on that. So he's asking that this come back, so we're gonna bring you back on Thursday.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll see you on Thursday, the 26th.
Okay.
Norma, can you put Mr. Howie down for the 26th?
Yes, ma'am.
Thanks, we're trying to get there. I'm trying to push as best I can. But I don't want to put you off for 2 weeks if we can get this done between now and then.
Yeah.
Of the new case, not of the probation. But we'd agree to find a group home or treatment or something for you. And then we put you there and then dismiss them.
The word's getting around, that you have Hollywood charisma.
Okay.
Do you want us to start calling you Miss Hollywood?
No. I try my best.
You're doing the way that you roll off the numbers, just roll off, that takes a lot of effort there. Not make a mistake, they're stuttered. I'm impressed.
Oh, well, thank you very much. And you have a great day.
And part of my appearance to Clipper Chase Rose.
Okay. All right. No, you look great. All right.
God bless you. Have a good day.
You, God bless you too. Have a good one. All right, thank you.
He might be a joke. Texas is pretty big, sir.
Yeah. They're the old right outside. So I don't know. Oh, it's just, yeah, it's on here.
Yeah.
All right, who is here on Edward Castillo?
And filled up.
All right, where's your client? And counsel, you're on this side.
Yes, Judge.
All right, have you had a chance to confer with the state?
Yes, Judge. We'd asked the court to set it for a plea bargain that deadline. Have received discovery as well.
Okay. How old are you, sir? All right, Ms. Ferguson, recall this for Thursday for a plea deadline date.
Yes, sir.
All right, we'll see you back on Thursday. Once you sign the reset form, you are excused. Who is here on Christopher Amaya?
Put them on half the other cases, but this is, apparently he's not in jail anymore and he's in the show.
All right, just 1 second.
And Judge, this is for your.
Oh,
My trip.
okay, see, I love that. Okay, this is what I don't understand.
Huh.
So when I went there,
Uh-huh.
they said you were not allowed to take any photos. And I didn't understand why. I mean, it's marble.
Yeah.
I didn't know if flash photography was damaging it, but you didn't need flash photography
No
because
flash anymore, but you know what, that wasn't the case there at that museum.
Mhm.
It is the case at the Vatican.
Yes.
The 16 or the Michelangelo's
Mhm.
one on the ceiling, which they made me stop doing it. There's
Okay,
no
let me just
flash.
tell you my experience. This is what ended up happening. So I put together a CLE
Uh-huh.
in Italy. So we go there
Wow.
and we go see the Sistine Chapel, everything. True Renaissance man
Right.
building stuff. And my battery died. I had one of those old cameras. Tourists were there. And their director was walking around with a bag filled with batteries. And so I couldn't speak the language. So he gave me his battery. It was he was speaking Mandarin. He's like, oh no. I'm like, how much? He's like, oh no, fine. And then I was like, why are they using flash photography? And we are not, right? And I don't know if it's true or not. I didn't check into it, but they said that I think it was China or somebody who paid money to help clean that up because they say the candle smoke
Right.
was damaging things. But oh my gosh, it was so beautiful.
Yeah. Too great.
When I came back, I asked people, have you ever been to church before? They're like, yes. I'm like, the Vatican? They're like, no. I'm like, then you haven't seen the church.
Yeah.
But it was so beautiful. I'm trying to get my mom to go there with me so she can see it.
Yeah. And that's a must do because we took my father-in-law and mother-in-law.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It is so beautiful, right? And the food, of course.
Too much.
Yeah. All right, let's see. Deputy Laura, can you make an announcement for Christopher Michael Amaya, please? Yes.
And we had at least maybe 15,000 steps a day, according to the iPod watch wearers. So
You don't even feel that you're walking because you're looking at everything.
all the pizza and gelato I want, it's just fine.
All right, you know what I did? I did a gelato every single day. I was like, I'm gonna work my way through the flavors. All right, the court is calling 2025 CR 0045528 State versus Christopher Amaya. Can I have parties announced?
Robert Gowner for the defendant.
All right, this hearing is scheduled at 9 a.m. It is now 10:36 a.m. Deputy Laura, did you make an announcement?
Yes, Honor, I did. He is not out there.
All right, and have you had in contact with your client?
Judge Avery, we've had settings, so yes, I've had numerous settings with him here in court. Just now realized that he's no longer, at least in the Bexar County jail, so.
All right. State?
We're requesting a judge's warrant, Your Honor.
All right, the court will issue a judge's warrant, remand your client without bond. If your client makes an appearance, the court will reconsider.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you.
Take care.
You're gonna have to show me some more photos. It
Wait,
brings
wait.
back memories.
600 of them.
Yeah,
Take care.
you too. Oh, and if you can, I have been trying to find a pomegranate tree because when we were there, they had some pomegranate trees, beautiful trees. So hopefully I can get it to grow here.
Yeah, the juvenile right in front has two of them.
Get out of town.
Yeah, there's two of them there. So they grow well.
Well, they used to have the hibiscus in front of here when we had the parking lot and they tore them up. And I was always, if I had a way, because they were about 10 feet tall
Yeah.
and they just cut them down.
Good deal. See you later.
All right, have a good one. Who is here on John Anthony Martinez? Oh, Norma,
Yes, ma'am.
this is for you.
Thank you.
Go that way. It's not. She gets here.
And you're asking for a bond?
Yes, Judge, actually, we've agreed an amount.
Okay.
Right.
All right, court is calling 2024 CR 4455 State versus John Anthony Martinez. Could I have parties announce?
For the state of Texas.
Raymond Martinez for Mr. Martinez.
And are you John Anthony Martinez?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you were placed on deferred adjudication. I'm sorry, not deferred adjudication, regular probation for a terroristic threat of family or household. And there's been a motion to revoke filed. And counsel, you filed a request for a bond?
Yes, Judge, he picked up a case of reckless driving. He's otherwise in compliance with probation, and we're asking the court to set a bond so he can contest that new
All
charge.
right. So it appears you all agreed on a bond of $75,000.
Yes, it is,
We did a little discussion, Mr. Randy.
All right, so why are we at $75,000?
because that was the original amount on the ag assault. I agree it's high. If the court wants to make it lower, I'm not gonna object.
Well, no, I'm just wondering because he's on probation for Class A misdemeanor. And I understand that at one point it may have been something else, but the agreement was reached for it to be a Class A misdemeanor. So I don't understand a bond of 75,000. Well, I understand this is what you all have agreed to.
I think the state has certain guidelines that they follow, and usually they go back and start with the original bond. I totally agree with your logic and reasoning. I felt the same way. However, my client's anxiousness to address this problem and to clear his warrants, whatever bond amount they gave us, we're willing to do. He needs to get back to work and go about his business.
All right, state, what is the reason behind the 75,000?
Actually, it was actually.
She had conferred with my trial partner, and I believe it was like he said that that was the original amount in the case set for his bond, so I think that's why she agreed to that bond with Mr. Martinez.
All right, so is there any type of history that would make $75,000 bond appropriate in a Class A misdemeanor? And I understand this is your agreement, but
Well, Judge, in further explanation of the logic was that usually it goes higher than the original amount. So I think council was thinking, well, I won't go higher. I'll just leave it at the original. So. But there, other than that, no, there's no reason. Other than those informal guidelines of theirs. And I started to leave the number blank on the motion. And of course, I didn't do that. I should have done that.
that's okay. I mean, for the court, it just seems high for a Class A misdemeanor. Now, if there's some reason other than the previous bond was for a felony and that's what it was set at,
That's
You
the
know.
only logic behind it, Judge.
The only other charge it looks like the owner that he has on his record is a class A misdemeanor for weapon back in 2021.
Mhm.
Otherwise, he just has this current case and he's on probation for others.
And what happened with that
It
case?
came in as an ag assault, deadly weapon. And,
No, I mean the unlawfully carrying of a weapon. What happened to that case?
But he pled no contest in, or on, excuse me, October 5th, 2021. I'm trying to pull up the.
Has your client ever failed to appear for court?
No, Your Honor, as a matter of fact, he came today to court knowing he had this warrant specifically to get the bond set, and he can't go to satellite because it's a family violence, so he's gonna have to spend the whole day at the jail until I can get him back out.
If you click it doesn't say the terms, but it looks like he was given 20 hours of community service to do. No weapon. academy, what was involved about is, that there's restitution here,
Mhm.
other than that.
My client would suggest, Judge, he completed the terms of his probation on that case.
I'm sorry.
He completed the terms of probation on that case.
All right, probation. Mr. Martinez, has there been any allegations of any contact with the complainant?
And the case number was a 2024 PR 4455.
Yes. Does anybody have whiteout up there? Yes.
Beautiful.
All right. Thank you.
Judge, I'm gonna glance over, I don't see anything noted on the violation report that they submitted. I don't see anything on the documented condoms, but that is just a brief overview.
All right.
Not really in depth, but-
All right, thank you. Has your client had any contact with the complainant?
No.
All right, this is what the court is gonna do. The court is gonna set your bond at $20,000. There's to be no driving, and there's to be 30 sober meetings in 30 days. And Ms. Ferguson,
Yes,
if you recall this back in 10 days for a contested hearing, please.
yes. Can I think that's why that I know it was. No.
Yes.
I think you like that.
Is July 7th good for you?
That's fine, Judge, but on the issue of driving, Mr. Martinez works at a car wash and also details cars, so he's constantly on the road doing that.
Sorry. And let me just tell you, the reason why I do it, I don't take the allegations in the motion to revoke as true, right? But I do have to consider public safety. And part of the public safety issue is the reckless driving and the racing that's in here. I'm not saying I think it's true. I haven't received any information. It's similar to if you were to come before me and asking for a bond on an aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, I don't take that as true, but I always have to put in the no contact order with the complainant. And then your attorney will present whatever information he wants to present to change this, all right?
Judge, if the court was able to watch a video of the alleged incident, might that expedite your addressing that? He really needs to work.
Do y'all want to go forward with the hearing?
I don't have the video right this minute. I could certainly have it today.
All right, well, today would probably be too soon. If you'll speak with Ms. Ferguson.
Okay.
Yes. All right, Ms. Ferguson will give you a reset form. Once you sign that, you're excused.
Well, actually, he's saying this to be judge.
Ah, yes, but she'll give you your reset form. And thanks for coming in, even knowing you had a warrant.
Over here, go ahead. The same reset.
Mr. Cox. Hey, thank you. You know, it's like that song, you know, when you say that, what comes in mind is a song that's really not congratulations. What was the name of the lady who sang that song, Congratulations, It Should Have Been Me? She walked into the church and he was with somebody else. She passed too. No, it's not Gladys Knight. No, it's not Gladys Knight. Oh, it's Vesta Williams.
Oh, that's different. She said that.
And then we have.
Oh, hey, we do what we do. Who's here on Janet Silva?
Roger.
Judge, Ms. Fears is also very familiar with this file.
Yes. Hi. So where are we?
Trying to find me a home.
I know, and how are we with that?
So, we talked with ACOG and we're waiting for a determination of intellectual disability assessment. They were saying it could take 1 to 2 months. However, I'm asking if they can expedite it. So I'm just waiting on that response. Also too, we were trying to get a hold of Ms. Silva's mother. We're unable to do that right now, so we're trying to see if we can find the contact information for the previous boarding home and see if she can return there.
Okay.
And if not, then she's provided me with some other boarding homes. I just need to figure out the contact information. But yeah, that's where we're at right now.
All right, how long do you think this will take?
I wish I could say.
All right, is there any way I can help? Is there somebody I can call?
You can try to find my,
Oh, well, I can't do that much of an investigation work.
well, I'm just tired of being stuck in jail, you know, I'm tired of it.
Well, and let me just tell you, the reason why is because you can be released, right?
Mhm.
And you get released, and then you know what's gonna end up happening? We're gonna be right back here.
Why hope to not ever get in trouble again? I learned my lesson. I just want to get time served for all this time going back and forth.
All right, you'll need to speak to your attorney about that, okay?
Is it an option maybe just to Friday? We think maybe by Friday we can get a more concrete understanding of this situation regarding.
I can have her back on Thursday.
Okay.
I'm gonna request the same thing for Mr. Payne, actually.
He had mentioned that I had to get another test done.
Yes.
Is that today?
He
Thursday would be fine, Judge.
but I'm gonna try to see.
All right, Norma, if you recall this for Thursday, please.
I'm gonna see if I can. Thursday?
Right, yes.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Mr. Payne could be called. She's familiar with Mr. Payne.
All right, we will bring Mr. Payne up.
Mr. Payne? Payne?
Hello, Mr. Payne.
Yeah,
How are you doing?
all right.
All right. So with Mr. Payne.
So he has a screening today with ACOG and this afternoon.
Okay,
And then they're gonna also, I'm sorry, it's tomorrow morning. They're gonna meet with his brother this afternoon.
okay,
So that way we can get him enrolled in those services. His
Okay.
brother is wanting to have him return home. We also connected him with True Mental Health. So once he's released, then he can establish his Medicaid and benefits again, so that way he can get enrolled in services with them. Corazon is also involved with him as well. So as we were considering as a backup, for Town Twin Village, but it may take some time, so if things don't work out with his brother when he's with his brother at the
Mhm.
beginning, then, you know, that will be another.
I love Town Twin Village. I had a chance to do a walkthrough. It's a beautiful place.
It's really nice, but we're hoping that everything will be okay when he stays with his brother and he'll follow up with his medication and get back with case management.
All right, Mr. Payne, we're gonna bring you back on Thursday since you have an interview tomorrow. So we'll bring you back on Thursday, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
And here's the thing. When you're released,
Yes, ma'am.
you need to make sure that you contact people. You just can't disappear, all right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you. You're looking good, though.
Thank you.
Who's here on Ashley Peel?
No, it's not. I was helping with you, but I want. Even if I have to. You know. We just, I don't know how to. Let's do it. We rush each other.
All right, so where are we on this case as far as discovery?
I think we're fine on discovery. Today was plea deadline. We have a plea offer. We are not closing.
All right, how long do y'all expect this trial to last?
It is.
All right, Miss Ferguson, I need a 2-day jury trial date. It's Ashley Peel. You can do a jury trial or a bench trial. What I can tell you with a bench trial, that means it comes to me. If the state proves their case beyond a reasonable doubt, I'm gonna find you guilty. If they don't, I'm gonna find you not guilty. Jury trial or bench trial.
We may very well consider bench trial, Judge.
All right, so,
You agree with that, Ashley?
so do you want a bench trial or jury trial?
Bench trial, if that expedites matters, yes.
All right, Miss Ferguson, a bench trial.
I think July 7th, Judge.
July 7th?
Sure.
All right, once you sign the reset form, you excuse and make sure you've done an acknowledgement of discovery.
I will.
All right, thank you.
Miss Peel, have a seat. I'll take a look at it. Michael Video. Mr. Video. Oh, here. Oh, there he is, in the back.
Thank you.
And Norma, what page is she on?
She's on page 6, Judge.
All right, thank you. Fidencio Gonzalez. Ryan Jordan Westbrook. Can I see those two files, please? Yes, Westbrook and Fidencio Gonzalez.
Here, I think Fidencio Gonzalez already has a warrant on this case.
You mean Fidencio?
Fidencio,
Okay, let me see.
Oh.
Mhm. Yes. Okay.
From Doc.
Is he here?
No,
Okay.
I'm gonna have him on Zoom, Judge. So we can look down.
Okay,
So 1:30.
yes. Ryan Jordan Westbrook. All right, for those of you, if your attorney hasn't shown, you can step outside and call them because we're recessing at 12. And if your attorney's not here, you'll need to be back at 1:30. All right, who is here on Aaron Joseph Mendez Trevino? All right, if you'll come forward, please.
Please.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, I know y'all are set for jury trial, but I know the state just finished with the jury trial.
Yes, ma'am.
If you want a jury trial, I'll give you a jury trial. But if you all want to pass, you're more than welcome to pass.
We worked something out.
Oh, you have?
And it's gonna be pre-trial, and so pre-trial diversion. And I think that Mr. Osgood would just need a consent to get the application in.
And get the contract signed. We can get that done this week.
See, you know what? Mentally, I was picking up on that, but I said, you know what? Let me not assume anything. All right, Norma, I need a PTD date, please.
28th or the 29th.
28th or 29th? So how's it going today?
Good, man. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing great.
Uh,
PTD is good for you. Take advantage of it, okay? And don't come back to court after this, all right?
That's the goal, Judge. I'm gonna be working with him.
Okay.
The 29th works. That's
All right, how old are you?
18. I just graduated high school.
All right, so what are you planning on doing with the rest of your life?
So right now, I'm currently looking for my cousin. He's a boss of a company, Science. I don't know if you're familiar with it. It's a fire equipment technology. So it's like he installs fire equipment for like big corporations, like
Okay.
hospitals, prisons, and stuff like that. So
All right, so-
I'm looking to get in there, but because I'm dealing with this, it's
All right, so this is what I need you to do. Sometimes when you're waiting for things to happen and you're looking, you look up, your attorney will tell you this, and before you know it, 10 years have passed and you're still where you are. So make sure that you do everything you can to get to where you want to be, all right? All right, once you sign the reset form, your excuse.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Judge.
Norma, is Eric DeWalt still here?
Right here, Your Honor.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Oh.
Waiver number from this waiver, please. Andrea, by the way, I don't know. Okay, thanks. Nope, thank you.
Okay.
We can't give you a waiver number if you don't have your contact number. For that, okay. Like the CN number? Yeah, yeah, okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Did you get one yet? Oh, all right. Sorry.
Oh, Deputy Lord, do you have the charger? I think it's over there. Oh, and I did bring this back. It is there. Thank you.
I put it on, and I was like. You can't hear it because
I was wondering where that was coming out. I thought, that's a weird sign.
I just hope to speak your phone by.
Mm-hmm. I did.
Oh, that's good. They're good. They're good at hanging out. Okay. Yeah. Oh. And I didn't get back to all of that.
I think the first time Brian went through it.
Yes, I was looking as well. Should be family doctor, someone to have to take this.
You have the file.
Yes.
New cap was one, it is.
All righty. Ryan Westbrook.
You're here. Yeah.
Good morning, Judge. How are you this morning?
I'm doing okay. How are you doing?
Pretty good. Neil Kalfas on behalf of Mr. Westbrook.
And why is Mr. Westbrook, why are you late for court?
Well, because I didn't know I had court today.
All right. I don't know why that would not be the case because we had a hearing on May 27th and it was set for June 23rd.
Yes, I know, but I had mistake the thing, but and I live on the other side of town.
I'm sorry, what?
I mistake the time, you know what I'm saying? So the date.
Like what time you thought you were supposed to be
No,
here?
I mean, the time is always the same, but I'm saying I mistake the date, Your Honor. I had a mistake in the date because I was watching movies with my kid last night.
Sorry, what?
I didn't remember it was Monday today.
All
It was
right.
an honest mistake, Your Honor, sorry.
No. I understand what you're saying. But let me just tell you, some judges, you're late. It's a warrant for your arrest. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
You need to be on time.
I will, Your Honor.
All right, so on this case, jury trial, what are we doing?
We've conferred with the state judge and they've made an offer to us. I've relayed that offer to Mr. Westbrook and he is not real excited about the offer, but I mean, it's a pretty serious case. And so I think for the time being, you probably need to send us to another setting for a jury trial, if you will.
Oh, yeah. So this has been going on since April. So if you are rejecting the state's offer, this is going to trial. And the court will not consider any plea bargain agreements without good cause. Otherwise, you have to enter a plea open to the court. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
You can do a bench trial or jury trial. Here's the thing, with a bench trial, if the state agrees to a bench trial, if they prove their case beyond a reasonable doubt, I'm going to find you guilty. If they don't, I'm going to find you not guilty. So do you want a bench trial or a jury trial?
You want a bench trial or a jury trial?
Well, I mean, I'm telling you, if the state proves their case beyond a reasonable doubt, I'm going to find you guilty.
You better.
If they don't prove it, I'm going to find you not guilty. For the court, you could be charged with murder. Guess what? If you come to me for a bench trial, if the state proves their case beyond a reasonable doubt, I'm going to find you guilty. If they don't, I'm going to find you not guilty.
We better stick with no offense to this court, but
Yeah.
You're probably smarter than, not probably, most definitely smarter than the average jury. We better go with the jury trial, Judge.
Jury trial. yes.
Jury trial, okay.
Sorry about that.
No problem. All right, I'm sure this case won't be that long.
It-
Should be only.
All right. All right, Ms. Ferguson, 2 days, jury trial date.
August 5th. That's your file.
Not for me.
State, August 5th.
I would get that, Judge. Just so your court knows, I know last time we were here, you said you were thinking of similar reasons, but the state did make a new offer today that has never been tendered.
All right, so this is what I'll do. I'm gonna give you 2 dates. How old are you?
You know, 35 years old, Your Honor.
All right, so I'm gonna recall this for June 26th. That's Thursday for your plea deadline date. If an offer or an agreement is not reached at that time, then your jury trial date is gonna be what date, Norma? August what?
August 5th.
August 5th. So you're gonna have 2 court dates. You need to make sure you're here on June 26th, and you need to make sure you're here on August 5th. If you are late on June 26th, warrant's gonna be issued.
Yes, ma'am. I won't happen again. Sorry about that.
All right, no problem. All right, is there anything else?
Not from the defense, Judge.
All right, once you sign the reset form, you are excused.
Thank you, Your
Thank
Honor.
Thank you, Judge. Pleasure seeing you.
You too. Do you have more than one case with us
I
today?
do, but the esteemed Mr. Sergio Ibarra is going to take care of the other ones.
And where might they be?
Oh, well, I can take care of it, I think, but, Sergio was here, but it looks like he got scared and ran out.
There's no need to be afraid.
Let me see if I can find him and I'll report back to the court.
Thank you. All right, who's here on Jose Morales? And counsel, are there any applications in this case?
No, they are not, Your Honor.
All right, the court is calling 2025 CR 005519 State versus Jose Morales Jr. Could I have parties announce?
Marshall B. White from Mr. Jose Morales Jr., the defendant in this case, Your Honor.
All right, and are you Mr. Morales? Counsel, have you received all the discovery?
I am satisfied at this time, Your Honor.
And did you review it with your client?
I did, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Morales, did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney? Aye.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, off the record for a moment. If you'll just give it to the deputy, we're back on the record. Did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, I'm sorry, not sign it, but did you understand it and review it? Counsel, do you waive the reading of the
In
indictment?
this case, Your Honor, we are not going to waive the reading of indictment. I believe it needs to be corrected.
Yes, Judge, I do have a motion to amend, regarding the element, of the prior felony, the date needs to be corrected to the 31st day, and the year needs to be corrected to 2014.
All right, any objections to those amendments?
No, there are not, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Morales, do you understand that those are substantive changes to the indictment?
You got to speak up, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and you understand that your attorney has 10 days to prepare for trial with changes to the indictment that are substantive?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, knowing that, do you still wish to proceed?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Then the motion to amend the indictment will be granted, and and the court will note for the record that it's been agreed to by the defense. And counsel, you're not requesting any extra time to prepare.
No, I'm not. I just want to make sure the indictment, is read into the record and reflects accurately what the state's motion was.
All right. State, would you like to read the indictment then into the record? Do you need my copy or you have?
On or about February 9th, 2025, Jose Morales Jr., here at first class defendant, did then and there come to conviction of the felony offense of burglary of a building on the 31st day of March, 2014, and cause number 2014 CR 1166W, and the 227th District Court of Fair County, Texas, intentionally, knowingly, and recklessly possessed a firearm after the anniversary of the defendant's release from confinement following conviction of the felony, and the defendant's possession of the firearm occurred at in his vehicle, which was a location other than the premises at which the defendant lived.
All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Mr. Morales, did you review the court admonishments with your attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places? You're charged with unlawfully possession of a firearm by a felon. That's a third-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine. If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
You have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent. By entering this plea, you were giving up those rights. Did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
I do, Your Honor.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
I do, Your Honor.
Mr. Morales, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea, punishment is to be assessed at 3 years in the prison. There's a $2,000 fine and no applications. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense, is that the plea?
It is, Your Honor.
State, is that the plea? Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, are there any such motions?
There are no such motions, Your Honor.
Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State, any evidence?
State office states one.
No objections, Your Honor.
All right, state, you may be excused. Did you review the waiver and stipulations with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that today the state would be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there'll be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. Deputy Laura, or Deputy Mahoney? After reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Yes, Your Honor. Respectfully, I ask the court to follow the plea bargain agreement that Mr. Morales has entered into with the state of Texas.
All right, Mr. Morales, I'm going to sentence you to 3 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served. There's a $2,000 fine, time and money to run concurrent, and I'll request the therapeutic community for you. It doesn't increase the time that you're in custody, but it may be able to help you with any issues you may have, and I'm just requesting it based upon what I read in the police report, okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Did you review the trial court certification of defendant's rights to appeal with your attorney?
That's what you read.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, listen very carefully. You're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what that is, you need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we can go off the record. How old are you?
I'm 31.
All right, your life is about to start passing by quickly. Once you pass 29, the years just roll by. Your attorney will tell you, although he's only, what, 23?
Yeah, something like that.
The years go by so quickly, and you look up, half of your life is gone. So you're gonna have to make some changes. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck. Thank you.
Thank you.
So Cornelius said he is dreaming. He said the Florida is gonna do it again.
And what, basketball? Yeah. Cornelius is that kind of guy, you know?
Yeah, he has faith.
Yeah, but anyway, that was good stuff about the Tigers winning the championship.
Oh, yeah. Yay.
I told somebody, I said, you know, if you hadn't been to Baton Rouge, you know, those boys down there play for keeps and all things, you know, competitive, everything.
Yeah.
Basketball, football, baseball,
Yeah.
you name it, complete competitive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have a good one.
Yeah.
Oh, are the Razorbacks gonna do their thing?
Well, they're gonna compete.
Okay.
Trip to Austin this year.
Okay, I never like to play you guys because we seem never to play you guys well.
They're probably one of the most unpredictable teams that, you know, exist, but we get a trip to Austin this year.
All righty.
Judge, may I approach?
Yes. Well, is it for something that's on the docket right now?
It is on, well, Mr. Dixon should be on the docket, but
Yes. So just have them pull the file and I'll take you up.
thank you.
Sure. All right, who's here on Jose Cervantes?
I'm here, Judge.
All right, and number, what page was Morales on?
You pull Mr. Dixon.
Yes.
It's on page 5.
All right, thank you. All right, Mr. Cervantes. So he's scheduled for jury trial.
Yes, Judge. We wanted to inform the court, we have come to a resolution on the case of to due time. However, he has immigration issues. I've been talking with Ms. Teresa Davila, that's her name, I believe.
Teresa Costa.
Yeah, I was trying to have video call with him on Thursday and Friday, didn't happen at the jail. She needed specific information about his immigration status, which I can now supply to her. So we'd like to come back in maybe a
Thursday?
week or, I mean, I'm just trying to consider her schedule to get us an
I'm sure
immigration.
I'm sure she'll be able to get something to him before Thursday. I mean, because based upon the nature of the charges, if there's not going to be something completely different, he's getting deported.
And Thursday, I mean, Thursday's gonna be fine.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, recall this for Thursday for disposition.
Yes, sir.
All right, they'll bring you back on Thursday.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you. You're welcome.
I'm gonna come back on Thursday. I'm gonna talk to the immigration agent.
All right, who's here on Cock? Koch?
Your Honor, Eric Wall.
All right, if you'll come forward.
I just.
And after Cock, it will be Sandoval, then it will be Dixon, and then Cabrera.
Marlon Van.
Hello. All right, court is calling 2025 CR 003632, State versus Noah, is it Koch?
Oh, Coke.
Coke. Can I have parties announced?
Megan Galloway for the state.
And Eric DeWalt, I represent Noah Patrick Cope.
And are you Mr. Coke?
Yes.
Is there any applications?
There is not, Your Honor.
All right, counsel, have you received all discovery? Did you review it with your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery.
Evidence by my signature, yes, Your Honor.
Oh, I need your bar number on there.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Mr. Coke, did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
I do, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Coke, did you review the court admonishments with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
You're charged with arson with intent to damage a habitation or place of worship. The range of punishment for that offense is anywhere from 5 to 99 years or life in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
You have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent. Did you understand by entering this plea, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
I do.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Coke, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, Your Honor.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
According to the plea, punishment is to be assessed at 6 years in the prison. There's a $2,000 fine and no applications. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes.
Defense, is that the plea?
It is, Your Honor.
State, is that the plea?
It is, Your Honor.
Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it in both places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State any evidence.
State offer states one in attachment.
Your Honor, we've had an opportunity to go over that in its entirety. No objections to its admittance.
All right, state you may be excused. Did you review the waiver and stipulations with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand that today the state would be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there'll be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are we proceeding with sentencing?
We are, Your Honor.
Is there anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Your Honor, after much deliberation and talking with my client, his mother's in the courtroom with him, understanding the plea that we're entering. We'd ask that you follow the state's plea.
All right. So, do you know why you did this?
I was out of pain and anger. I found my husband with somebody else. And I made the wrong choice on instead of just leaving, I came back.
Okay. Yeah, when you are in relationships and people are dishonest or disloyal, you only have 2 choices. Either you accept it and forgive them, or either you just say, you know what, I'm not going to accept you, and this relationship is over. And now they're going on about their business and you have this criminal charge, okay? Is there any issues needed with mental health or anything of that nature?
Possibly, Your Honor.
All right. So this is what the court will do. The court will find you guilty. The court will sentence you to 6 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served.
Thank you, Your Honor.
There's a $2,000 fine. Time and money will run concurrent. I'm going to request the therapeutic community. And your relationship with this person is over. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
All right. And that would be Acuna?
Acuna.
Okay. So I'll put in no contact with Marco Acuna. So that way, if he reaches out to you, you can say, hey, the judge won't let me have contact.
Thank you.
All right. Is there anything else with regards to sentencing?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what that is, you'll need to speak to your attorney, okay? All right, good luck to you. You're
Can we
welcome.
be excused at this time, Your Honor?
Yes,
Thank you.
you're welcome.
May I approach before you move on?
Sure.
Please. This is the application for the, or request for an investigator on David Lopez, the first case I had this morning.
Okay. All right.
And my legal assistant is with me today. It's my daughter. She's this, can I bring her up? You're the only one she hasn't met.
Okay.
She's reviewed you in your court many times.
Okay. Hello.
This is Judge Stephanie Boyd.
Hi. So you're shadowing, you're interning.
Yes,
Are you being paid appropriately?
I would say so.
Okay, because I'm gonna put an order in for him to pay you more.
More.
And provide the lunch and all of that.
He does very well.
Aw,
She hasn't eaten at Josephine Street Cafe yet. That's where she wants to go because that's fine, you know, but she's gone everywhere else.
That is great.
She has sat in murder trials. She sat in some sexual assault. She was with Christina Escalona all last week. She's seen a lot, but she's a senior at A&M and about to take the LSAT.
Jason? We have somebody who's a senior at A&M. Well, we may have a jury trial tomorrow. I'm not sure, but if you want to stop by, you can come by and come by anytime. We're always here.
Thank you so much.
All right. And just 1 second, let me do some.
I'll sit back, but it was lovely to meet you, Judge.
Oh, just 1 second. If we can get people to use the facilities back there, we would say,
She
well,
said that alone would drive her crazy, but absolutely not.
but yes, whenever you want to stop by, just come by. All right. It was good seeing you.
Thank you for your time,
Yeah,
Judge. Appreciate
you're
it.
welcome. Have a good one.
You too.
Who's here on Sandoval? All right, are you all ready to proceed on the motion?
Yes, Judge.
Court is calling 2018 CR 12679 State versus Stephanie Sandoval. Can I have parties announced?
Jason Deerham for the state, Your Honor.
It's Fernando Cortez from Miss Sandoval, Your Honor.
And are you Ms. Sandoval?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, did you review the document entitled Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision and state's motion to supplement pending motion to enter adjudication of guilt and revoke probation with your attorney? And did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you the same Stephanie Sandoval who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2018 CR 12679 for the offense of assault peace officer judge on October 4th, 2019 for a period of 6 years and extended a total of 2 years?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, state.
Yes, Your Honor, violated condition number 22 on or about the 9th day of May 2025 in Bear County, Texas. The defendant Stephanie Sandoval did and never failed to participate in the felony drug court program as ordered by the court in violation of condition number 22.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True.
Your Honor, we'll waive the remaining violated condition.
Any objections to the waivers?
No objections, Your Honor.
All right, did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 22, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, and sentence you up to 20 years in the prison and up to a $10,000 fine?
Yes, Judge.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 22?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find violation of condition number 22 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
There's a proposed agreement that's unagreed to, Judge. The state's recommendation is to deny the motion, continue on defer, and to have her attend safe.
And defense?
Which at the top evaluation is recommending ISF, also safety, but ISF, and also an intensive outpatient treatment is an option also based on the top evaluation. I believe that this individual is probably more related to alcohol. I would ask the court to put her on a scram unit. Go ahead and allow her through her insurance to get the intensive outpatient treatment and continue. She would probably be done unless she gets extended in October. She has a 3-year-old child also being cared for by the mother-in-law. This is a tragic case where her husband deceased during this probationary period and caused some serious trauma to this individual. I would just ask the court, she doesn't have any history of drugs or violence. She does have a DWI. That's why I'm suggesting a scram unit just to monitor the alcohol and see if I believe she's serious about this. If she is, it'll be found out very quickly. The scram unit gonna know that you're drinking, anything like that. I think that's mostly the problem here.
But I mean, felony drug court was gonna solve that problem, and she didn't want them to solve it.
She's probably rolling in her right head. But
Yeah.
I bet after 55 days in jail right now, it kind of does something to your brain. And I
No, because
believe-
see, here's the thing. People can't write their own programs. If people could write their own programs, you wouldn't be here. And you've been on this probation since 2018. There's nothing else for the court to help you with. I mean, I offered you to help, you don't want it. The help was felony drug court and you didn't want it. So where we are now is the court is going to grant the motion, find you guilty and revoke. Does anyone wish to speak to time?
We'll defer to the court, Judge.
Well, only I would ask the court to consider the ISF, Judge. That's a significant treatment. See how she does with that. I mean, it's something that the court can do that goes beyond felony drug court. This is more than that. And we're asking the court then to do more than that and give her the ISF.
Felony drug court is very intensive and she could have been doing that outpatient. So the court is going to sentence you to 3 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served. The court will request the therapeutic community and I'll retain jurisdiction. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendants' Rights to your appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it?
No.
You have a limited right to appeal. That right to appeal is as it relates to the allegations in the motion, not the fact that you are in deferred adjudication. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to your attorney. And your attorney will explain to you what it means that I'm keeping jurisdiction. All right, thank you. All right, who is here on Clinton Dixon? Good morning. Where's Mr. Dixon?
I'm ordered in, Judge. I need to approach on we could get off the internet for just a moment.
Okay, once he comes out, I can take it up.
Okay.
All right. So,
You're on.
sure. Who's here on Ambrosio Cabrera? And where's your client?
I'm here for the state.
Ah,
I don't.
who's the attorney?
Rock off there and everybody.
All right, as soon as he comes back. Who is here on Marlon Daniels? Who's here on John Thurnert?
Mr. Dixon's up here, Judge.
Okay, I'll call Mr. Dixon. Mr. Featherston, I'll take Mr. Dixon up after this. Hello.
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning. Is this criminal trial division or family violence?
It's a CTD case, Your Honor.
All right, so they just finished jury trial.
Yes, ma'am.
So they're a little bit tired and the next section that's up for jury trial is family violence.
Understood.
So if y'all want the trial, I'll put them back to trial. Or if y'all want to pass to.
We will, for some specific reasons, I think it would actually be helpful to do that. So that we can continue to confirm.
All right. So how long do y'all expect this trial to last?
Oh, I would say this is probably a 2-day trial.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, 2 days? All right, Ms. Ferguson, I need a 2-day reset for jury trial in this criminal trial division. So here's the thing, you can do a bench trial or you can do a jury trial. If you do a bench trial, if the state proves their case beyond a reasonable doubt, I'm gonna find you guilty. If they don't, I'm gonna find you not guilty. So it's completely up to you.
I mean, obviously.
All right, your jury trial date, I'll make your jury trial date and plea deadline date for August 5th.
Wonderful. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right, thank you. Once you sign the reset form, you're excused.
Thank you.
Have a good
Appreciate your
week.
time.
All right, thank you. You too.
You're welcome.
And what, oh, all right.
We'll
Mr.
just hold the
Dixon.
setting date open.
Yes,
Okay.
I'm gonna have this on the docket for tomorrow. All right, Ms. Ferguson, if you'll put Mr. Dixon on the docket for tomorrow, and then you'll have your date, okay? All right, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Reporter.
Yes.
Jonathan Mazadon.
Who's here on, Eric Lopez Mitchell?
Present, Your Honor.
All right. Let me see here.
Gonna bring it back, so we're gonna give you. Is that that?
All right, so you all were being brought back to confer on a jury trial date?
Judge, if the court remembers, that was appointed last setting,
Yes.
took over from Mr. Lyles. And in the process, it was a short reset, it's only like a week or so, but I've reviewed a ton of stuff and there's a little bit more like CPS records that potentially have exculpatory information, so I still need to review that. And then I'd be in a much better position to ask about a trade.
Okay, and do you have the CPS records in your possession?
Not that I know of.
Your Honor, we did hand over those records to the previous defense attorney. I'm happy to make another copy. I
Yes, if you
also
could.
and I can.
Yeah.
make another copy.
All right,
We'll coordinate it, Judge.
all right. So if this were a jury trial, how long would it take?
At least for the state's case in chief, at least 3 days.
All right. This is what I want you all to do. I want you all to confer with Norma on a jury trial date, and the jury trial date and the plea deadline date will be the same date, unless you want it brought over sooner. So if you confer with her on a jury trial date. All right, thank you.
We'll get that.
All
Thank you,
right,
Judge.
thank you. You're welcome. Ambrosio Cabrera. Who's the attorney?
Judge, we're about to start paperwork, right there.
All right, thank you. That's paperwork. Yes, have a seat. Marlon Daniels. All right. All right, so what I can tell you, sir, is criminal trial division just finished up with the jury trial. So if you all want your jury trial, I will give it to you, but family violence is up first.
Okay. Well, I have an expert in this case who is not available right now, but his name is Tom Pittman. He's a PhD toxicologist.
So do you want a continuance? Are you ready for
do.
trial? All right,
do.
let's go on the record. Court is calling 2024 CR 009218 State versus Marlon Daniels. Could I have parties announced?
George Sharman on behalf of the defense.
And are you Mr. Daniels?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, off the record defense, you're saying that you're requesting a continuance,
I am.
and that's due to your expert's availability or unavailability?
That's correct.
All right, State, do you have any objections to their motion for continuance? Their oral motion for continuance?
No, you're.
All right, so if you all confer with Ms. Ferguson on a jury trial date, okay?
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Thank you. And once you have the date, let me know what it is.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Judge, the other one was.
Just have a seat.
All right, thank you.
Okay.
I think she's working on.
Well, she was working on mine.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay, we do.
I know, I just, I don't think. That's all real, that's smart.
Okay.
Yes.
Hi, Judge.
Mhm.
For the reset for Marlon Daniels, we're
Mhm.
looking at October 14th,
We're in agreement.
in agreement with that, and
All right, so your expert needs to be available
I
for,
will make sure that he is.
okay, October 14th.
yes, Judge.
All right, we'll see you all back on October 15th.
Thank you, Judge.
And I believe that's football season will
Yes,
have
it is.
started. So your client may be upset. I see he's wearing the A&M. We shall see.
We'll see.
All right, once he signs the reset form, he is excused. All right, Kelsey.
Morning, Judge, again.
Good morning. So, on this case, just 1 second.
What we did, Judge, is she entered a plea on the new number one,
Mhm.
reset us to determine whether or not she was adequate for drug court.
Mhm.
And I checked with the probation officer, they said she would have to apply for drug court.
I mean, isn't that what we've been waiting for?
That's not what it was reset for, Judge. You wanted a status on whether or not she was eligible for drug court, and I was informed that she would have to apply for drug court.
All right, Norman, did you do a referral for felony drug court on this case?
It's on Tesley, Lisa Tesley.
She was on briefly on probation, correct?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. You see what Sean would do that, Judge Murphy. Needs to be filed.
All right, just one moment.
One test. Kelsey.
Okay.
It's 23. 472. The attorney there, a referral to felony drug court.
All right, Norma,
Yes.
we're gonna recall this for Thursday. Are you available on Thursday, counsel?
Judge, I'm supposed to start a trial at 4:37, but I can probably try to come here first, because usually trials start around 10:30.
Okay, all right, thank you.
So they're gonna bring you back Thursday. Okay?
Mhm.
Just have a seat, all right, Lisa. Thanks, Judge.
All right, thank you.
Okay, the referral, Judge.
Yes. And I sent them an email letting them know to please, if possible, expedite.
Yes, Bianca said she can do it right now.
Okay,
Thank you.
you're welcome.
Kelsey, move over.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Sorry. All right, is there any paperwork ready? All right, who is here on Francis Rigby?
Ready, Laura.
Court is calling 2025 CR 0049998 State versus Francis Rigby. Can I have parties announced?
Valley versus State.
Report, Ms. Rigby.
And are you Ms. Rigby?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have you received all discovery? Did you review it with your client?
Yes, sir.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Are there any applications?
No, Judge.
Ms. Rigby, did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
We do, Judge.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yeah, you're right.
No, Judge.
All right, did you review the court admonishments with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, I did.
You understand that the state is proceeding on the lesser included offense of deadly conduct as a Class A misdemeanor. The range of punishment is up to a $4,000 fine and up to 1 year in the Bexar County Jail. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a plea with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes.
You have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses. The state would call in the right to remain silent. By entering this plea, you are giving up those rights. Did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, sir.
Do you believe she has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against her?
I do not.
Do you believe she's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Rigby, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived her right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea, the state is proceeding on deadly conduct. Your punishment is to be assessed at 292 days in the Bexar County Jail. There's a $2,000 fine, no applications. This is run concurrent with 2024 CR 008948W and County Court Cause number 692199. And the state is taking into consideration 2025 CR 007402. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense?
Yes.
State. Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, are there any such motion?
No, no.
Then to the lesser included offense, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Guilty.
State any evidence.
No.
All right, state you may be excused. Did you review the waiver and stipulations with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, that you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent.
Yes.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there would be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, sir.
All right. Is there anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
The judge respectfully requests the court follow.
All right. Having a bad day?
No, I'm sort of, yes, nervous.
No, I mean about this
Oh,
incident.
but I said, yeah, I was having a bad day.
All right, how do you?
Like, I was like somebody was saying that when he was talking to me, like something told me to get up and do, but I did.
Well, here's the thing. People always tell me in the United States, people are very loud on their phones. Not everyone wants to hear your conversation.
Yes, I
Not
know.
everyone wants to hear the same music that you hear.
Yes, that's
But
true.
most importantly, I have a question. And this is just, I want to know the answer to it. How do you keep a knife in your bra without getting cut?
Oh, because it's a thing where you press it
Oh, and it switches open. Okay.
It is open.
Well, you better hope it never opens.
Yeah, I know, but I'm not gonna carry nothing on my mind.
Okay.
I promise, I'm not.
All righty.
I wanna start my business.
Okay, the court is gonna sentence you to 292 days in the Bear County Jail. Give you credit for any time served. There's a $2,000 fine, time and money to run concurrent. And this will run concurrent with 2024 CR 00894 and County Court Cause number 692199. Take in consideration 2025 CR 00740 Is there anything else with regards to sentencing?
Oh, yeah.
All right, did you review the trial court certification of defendants' rights to appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you. Make better choices.
Sure will.
All right, thank you. All right, Deputy Laura,
Extension.
we're gonna take our break. All right, everyone, we're gonna take our recess. We'll be back at 1:30.